What the hell?
Happy Halloween, everyone, and welcome back to an appropriately spooky episode of BladeOpotato. We're back with a review of The Evil Within 2, a very out-of-the-blue sequel to an incredible survival horror game, The Evil Within. I came in late to this series, as I only played it a couple of months ago when it was on sale for like $10. I don't know what took me so long, because that game is truly terrifying going in blind, but so worth it in the end, and it brought back my love for the survival horror genre. So when I saw it had a sequel being released soon, I decided to pick it up and see if it lived up to the first game. Right off the bat, we're in a dream sequence playing as the returning protagonist from the first game, Sebastian Castellanos, and his daughter is caught in a fire at their home. Once we get inside, we get a very warm hug from our daughter, and wake up inside of a worn down bar with two suits standing at the bar. Wonder who they are. Then, Julie Kidman sits at the table and tells us that your daughter is still alive and you have to come with her to go save her. So you kick the shit out of her guards and proceed to go with her. She then leads you to a room holding a new version of Stim from the first game. Except instead of Ruvik in the center, it's your daughter. So you meet the shadowy man and he tells you that you need to dive into Stim to rescue your daughter, who is being used at the center of their experiment called Union. So in any resort to save your daughter, you plug into Stim, get Kidman seemingly on your side in this whole thing, get plugged into the Matrix, and get dropped into the sunken place. So first of all, let's talk about the gameplay. The movement in this game has been greatly improved over the clunkiness of the first game. Although I didn't mind it so much, I do feel like it's improved overall. The stealth mechanics in this game are also great, which make it way better to get that stealth advantage over your enemies. Although sometimes the AI in this game can make stealth a pain in the ass, with enemies turning around randomly and hearing you while you're in stealth, or sometimes enemies being right in front of you and they don't even see you at all. Stealth never really worked out for me most of the time, but it did help me in some cases, like when finding a random side quest and having to sneak your way out of a situation that you can't fight through. Oh yeah, that's another thing, side quests. This game isn't much of a linear experience as The Evil Within 1. This game has more of an open world approach to it, giving you different districts to explore within Union. There are still linear moments in this game, of course, but they only pertain to the main story. The game world is filled with side encounters that flesh out the world of Union. You can find these with your trusty scanner that you get at the beginning of the game. This made me want to explore more of the world, and I often got sidetracked from the main quest, resulting in plenty of deaths. I also thought the revision to the upgrade tree and weapon crafting system were welcome additions to the game. The crafting system gave you more of an incentive to go out there and look for as many supplies as you need to make more ammo for your weapons, or find weapon parts to upgrade said weapons. Green gel makes a return as a form of XP to upgrade your character. Although the upgrade tree feels a bit streamlined, the upgrade paths make sense, giving you the options to upgrade your weapon skills, stamina, recovery, and other necessities. You won't fully upgrade Sebastian the first time around, but that gives you more incentive to play the New Game Plus when you complete the game. For this game being survival horror, it doesn't lean too heavily on the horror aspect, which is kind of a downside for me. Now, I'm not saying there's kittens and butterflies in this game. Well, there is a cat.
Slide projector. But
this game isn't nearly as horrifying as the first game. It definitely has the aesthetic and vibe the first had to offer, and the lighting is so damn good, which is really important in horror. But this game lacks mystery and craziness that the first game had. Instead, it kind of trades in for more of glamorous horror approach, with more vibrant colors throughout most of the game. And the game lacks a lot of horrific tension as well, and trades it in for more action moments in some aspects. Take for example the bosses. Most bosses in video games, and even the first game, had weak spots that you had to hit in order to take the boss down. While this game, you have it in some moments, but most of them are just bullet sponges, which kind of loses some of the challenge with most of these bosses, although some of them were pretty cool. including a few that were throwbacks to the first game, but I won't spoil that too much for you. Before I moved on to the next section, I wanted to talk about some cut features from the first game, and two that I want to talk about are using matches and hiding. The first Evil Within had both of these features. Matches allowed you to burn bodies of enemies that you've knocked down, or burn away other parts of the level to reveal certain areas. These would have been useful in the sequel with all of the oil spills left around the game world, or other situations that were in the game. Hiding also would have carried over very well with the improved stealth mechanics, especially making it useful in Nightmare difficulty. Let's talk about the audio in this game. The sound design in this game is masterfully crafted. Some areas of the game leave you with this eerie vibe, hearing the subtle breathing of a knife lady around the very next corner. Everything from the pattering of drops of blood hitting the floor to the loud crunch of a shotgun blast. Everything blends together so well to bring together the world of Union. The soundtrack is pretty good as well. The composer did a great job at giving us a great horror soundtrack to accompany us in the dark corridors of Lily's mind. The cover that they have for Duran Duran's Ordinary World isn't that bad either, and has the same vibe that the game gives off. So kudos to the sound designers for making me crap my pants in some moments.
Please. Please.
Fuck that.
Nope, yep, let's get the fuck out of there. Although I do have one gripe with the sound in this game, and that's gotta be the voice acting. Some of it can be quite good in some moments. I thought the actress who played Kidman did a good job, and another woman that I won't spoil did a very good job as well. But mostly everyone else just felt off, including Sebastian.
You didn't seem surprised to see Esmeralda here.
Why should I be? She's a familiar face in STEM.
Everybody knows everybody in Mobius, huh?
I mean, sometimes he just sounded way too uninterested and sometimes very dramatic. I thought the actor who played Sebastian in the first game did a way better job portraying the character. And voice acting is really important when it comes to a story-driven game like this. So it's disappointing at moments getting bad dialogue. But luckily it doesn't drag down the story that much, only just a little in some moments. So with all of that out of the way, how is the Evil Within 2's story? Well, I actually thought it was pretty good. It had some of your typical dad searching for his estranged daughter cliches, but they still felt heavy and made you care for Sebastian's mission to find Lily. The story definitely had its moments. It's a bit shorter than the first, but it kept you invested throughout the entire quest to find Lily. There were a lot of callbacks to the first game, including that boss fight that I mentioned earlier, and that was actually a really fun experience. If you haven't played the first, there's probably going to be a lot of stuff in this game that you won't get, but it does come together and they do sort of explain some of it. But a lot will keep you scratching your head if you haven't played the first. Now I don't want to spoil too much of the story, because I actually think the series is definitely worth your time. If you haven't picked up the first game, you definitely should before picking up this one. So what's my overall verdict? Well, I thought this was actually an okay sequel to the Evil Within one. It kept a lot of the spirit from the first alive with the gameplay and how tight it is, but it faltered in some aspects compared to the first as well, mostly in the horror aspect, which is a huge bummer because I was hoping to get terrified again. And sorry if I've been comparing it so much to the first game, it's just that the first was such a memorable survival horror experience that it's kind of tough to top it in the first place. If anything, I recommend you guys pick this one up on sale. Although the story is great and the open world with its interesting side quests is fun, it's more of an action-adventure title with just some horror aspects. If you're a fan of the first, then definitely pick this one up, but anyone else, wait for a sale. It's good, but it's not that good. But like I said, play the first one first. That'll definitely make this a better experience. Thank you guys so much for watching my review for the Evil Within 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button and hit subscribe if you want to catch more content coming your way. And for my return viewers, I know it's been a while, and I'm sorry, but I'm back, and I want to keep it that way, so send me some good vibes in the comments down below. And for everyone else out there, you should also leave a comment down below. And let me know what you guys thought of The Evil Within 2 if you've played it, and of course, what you thought of the video. With that being said, my name's Blade, you've been watching BladeOpotato, and I'll see you guys on the next one.